Okay, I think we're becoming live. I think we're becoming live. Here for the GH3 Spotlight Prime Time special. It's me, James Lott Jr. I'm laughing already. That's me. Okay. That's just laughing. I know. They're trying to tell me moderation makes you. I know what I'm doing. Oh, sorry. YouTube's giving me all these pop-ups. I'm like, I know what's going on. I know how to do this. Hi, I'm James Lott Jr. That's Frank Moran, and I have the wrong background. This is not the James Lott Jr.'s SOS show. James Lott Jr. Wow, let's change that to the other yellow screen. There we have it.
Oh, there, I know that screen.
On there. Hi, you guys. Welcome. It's our second to last show of the season. Just so you guys know, this Sunday will be our last show of the season. Also, it will be the last of the season. I am not drunk.
Yeah.
I'm sober. I can get the word out. Uh, I'm drunk on peach pie I just had, but I'm alive. We're doing the last season show of the season for Wine Are Bold and Beautiful also. So me, Tammy Dot Govea, who's in a commercial right now, folks. You may have seen her. She's a star. And Amanda Russ and I will talk about that. So starting at 10 a.m. Make sure you join us the last Sunday soap block for the year. Also, audition days at 3. So make sure you check that out. You saw Tammy's commercial, right?
I did. It was, how cool was that?
Very cool. She has lines and everything. It's like,
Yeah,
wow, it's all about her. It's all about her.
that's right. It's not
That's
like a little quick little bit. Nope. It's her just enjoying all the good stuff at Universal.
Harry Potter. It's like, wow. I knew about the commercial a long time ago, but I didn't know that she was literally, we all know you can be cut. I've been in a couple of commercials where a lot of things were cut and you're like barely in it or whatever. But she's having a moment. I also want to give a shout out to my friend Brett Bailey, who is the hot Santa at Target. Harry Potter. So you guys, he is going viral as Chris K, the hot Santa. Yes, he's my friend. I do know him. I've known him for 10 years. And commercials keep coming out. The latest one is he's talking to a reindeer. So in a commercial, but he is
As you do.
yeah, as you do. So you can find him under Target Santa, Target Hot Santa, Hot Chris K, Thirst Trap Santa. There's a bunch of names. Oh, it's a I've been talking to him, and he's like, it's a trip. And so he's one of like the nicest guys, totally just like innocuous guy. And he's the hot Santa. So there you go. I know it's so funny. So I know him too. So him and Tammy they're both having these moments that I like in commercial land because commercials are
His
where
real
it's at.
beard or no?
No, it's fake.
But nicely done.
Yeah, I mean, you got to see. I mean, he's a commercial guy anyway. He's lots of commercials. This one just I don't know, but they're loving it. Guys and girls, they're all loving it. Go on TikTok, just look up Target Hot Santa, and it's everywhere. Hi Nathan, hi Annie, hi AE, Meek, Jeannie, Rodelli, Jacarius. I know your birthday's coming up this week, and Jason Jose. Love kids. And the other people who are watching. Let's see, those are two things. Frank and I do Skeleton Crew with John Dunphy. We'll be back again this Thursday. Thanks to all those who listened and watched. Thank you, thank you, thank you. It's with mixed reaction that we have on the show. I like it. John likes to. But we'll be back on Thursday talking about episode 3. So that's us live. We'll see us again live in the evening. Almost after dark. I guess it is after dark. It's dark outside, Frank.
That's right. It's gonna get pretty risque in here.
Yes, all that skeletal talk. That. So anywho, we enjoy all that. We're gonna talk about the show, folks. Hi, Sandra, everybody. Oh yeah, also I forget, I'm having a Zoom on Saturday, last Zoom of the year also. Sign up. Sandra got your thing, you signed up. So come join us. Come on, Jason, sign up. Come join us. Anybody else, join us. We're gonna have a good time. 12 noon Pacific, 2 Central, 3 Eastern. Last one of the year. And that's it. And then it's the holidays. That's it, kids. I think it's everything. Everything? That's everything. That's everything. Yes, that's everything. That's all the church announcements for today. GH After Dark, I know, right? Okay. So we have two major stories last week. And we will be talking about today too. So if you haven't watched today, spoiler alert, spoiler alert, spoiler alert, spoiler alert, blah, 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 blah. Because I felt like today's episode ties in to some part of last week. It's a continuation, right? So some of the storylines. And I don't you see the I guess something's happening to Dex this week. You see the
Hmm.
little teaser.
Yeah, well, you know, he got up in Cyrus's face today, so who knows? Who knows? And we've
Well,
been
the
teasing about
ending
his
of,
family for a while too. So
right, so it's that too. And the ending today, that surprised me also. Didn't didn't expect that shot. Like Frank and I were talking about it, but then I was like, "What's about that later?" But like, it's I was like, "Oh, they actually, they filmed it." So, folks, if you saw today's episode, you know what we're talking about. So we're gonna get all that out. But first, we're gonna talk about Lulu. Because I was teasing with Frank. We were talking the other day. I was like, Lulu girl, stop asking how everybody's doing, because you don't want to know. I mean, I almost forgot how many folks are dead, and how many, and how many are in jail or gone. I mean, poor. I mean, she's like, she comes out of this thing, and she's like, yeah, I was at house so and so, and where's it? And I'm telling you, Frank, they're not wasting time. They are letting her know.
yeah, no, I mean, and why? I mean, why draw it out? I mean, we want to see her up to speed and starting to make
Bless you.
oh, look at me. Just so excited to be after dark. I got a little sneezy there. But yeah, I mean, who wants to drag out like it's weeks before she finds it, runs into anybody else she knows, and she's hiding from Cyrus, so she's afraid to walk around Port Charles. I like it. We just get right to it. We're
Yep.
reuniting with the family. We're in all that, and I feel and I don't know what. I mean, maybe it was a production schedule thing with Jeannie Francis's availability, but they keep just hanging a hat. I'm like, it's like, I don't know how Cyrus just got control over, was able to get the people over Shady Brook, thinking that he was making the calls for Lulu.
Yeah, they haven't really explained that either. I'm curious too, people, because I'm like, she was so involved. Remember at first it was like the whole
Yeah.
thing, and her and Lucky were getting told everything. It was every step of the way. Then all of a sudden, she doesn't know
And
nothing.
yeah, and the Shady Brook knows that, Lord Collins, mayor of Port Charles,
Right,
if you knew the mayor's daughter was in your care, I don't think you'd be like, oh, we're just gonna trust this guy coming up and saying that he's kind of running point on her healthcare needs. No way. I'd be,
right,
running it by the mayor every step of the way.
right. I'm like, it's kind of weird. That part. I kind of agree with that. Like, it's weird, but maybe because there's, I don't know, whatever. The whole point was to bring Cyrus back in. Obviously, I guess that was there. It's a messy way of doing it. And Cyrus is in there, and but first we have Laura, and you know reunites with her daughter. I mean, she drops everything, runs to her. I mean, it's just like it's what we wanted. Of course, we know Jeannie is going to bring it. Of course, I mean, she does. But I have to say, folks, I saw your thing. I'm kind of done with Lulu already. How are you done with her already? She just got there. Anything. She's all kind of done with her already, but she just got there. AE, she just got there. How you done? I loved it, and even her stuff. We wait some of the Lucky stuff before. So with her, it was just she just held on to her daughter. She had to explain, and then Kevin coming in, and then had to explain who Ace was, and she learned. She learned. Let's see, between Lucky and her mother, she learned that Spencer's gone. The mother of the child is gone. Ace is not her nephew. Nicholas is in prison. Luke is gone. She don't know about Bobby yet. They haven't got there yet. I'm figuring either her and Lucas or her and Carly. I think it may come up then, I guess, at the time, which is fine. Um, that Cyrus is her uncle. Yeah, she learned about that. She's like, wait a minute, that can't be like after it's your uncle. Um, so she found out about a bunch of stuff, kind of like it's just like, and then Maxie lives in her house, and that was James. It's like okay, so starting that. So yeah, and then on that ooh, wrong thing. That Sam and Dante were together,
It's true. And that the son
and
died.
Valentine has Charlotte, and they're on the run.
Yeah. And then she's got Sam's kidney or liver, excuse me.
That really, I learned, but it's like that's. I mean, it's just there's more to come clearly, but it's like that's they pretty much was like, okay, we're not going to hold on that.
Yeah.
And I think that Alexa Havens is doing a great job with her, kind of like this is all too much.
Yeah, it's,
Hey,
I mean, it was an important reunion when we get the cutaway to Laura's jacket and bag falling onto the ground. Like
I was here for it.
slow,
I was here for
slow
it.
motion drop. I'm like, oh yeah, this is
That's
it.
right.
Gotta milk it.
That's right. I love it. And she runs to her daughter, "Hi, mom," and that was it. I mean, I loved it. I loved it. I thought it was appropriate and it was great. I love that Kevin came home and he gave her a hug too. And I knew they mentioned Ace at some. I was like, they mentioned Ace at some point. I mean, like, they mention him, so that's good. They haven't mentioned Ethan yet. That's another story, I guess. I guess that'll all start coming later. I wonder if they'll bring back Adam Huss for a second just to say hi to if I was seen with him and Nicholas.
Yeah. Oh, that would be great.
That
Or
would be
she goes
great.
visit. Yeah, she visits him in prison to catch up.
And we haven't seen Tracy yet either. That's gonna be a good one too.
Yeah.
You know, it's gonna be a good one. Yeah, we haven't seen that yet either.
I did like her saying that's why she went to the Quartermain residence because so she knew Tracy would tell her the real deal and stuff.
Yes. So see, I mean, that's the and I'm gonna count today's conversation having Martin come back in and congratulate her. They talk about Cyrus and stuff, but he finds out about Laura. I was thinking, I was wondering if they were gonna bring this up that Laura knows what she's going through, like literally knows what she's going through, and they brought it up today. So if you haven't watched today's episode, Laura talks about her time where she was gone away for us. She was locked up for a while, and she missed some of Lulu's life.
Yeah, I mean a good scene to have, but also uh I mean I guess you need stuff, but it feels weird that Laura and Martin had never talked about that at all ever in any of their prior conversations about just their lives and stuff. But I mean, still, it was a good scene, but it just some weird like you're only finding out about this now.
That didn't bother me. I figure Laura's had a very varied life. They probably haven't gotten everything yet. Maybe I don't know, and they keep taking Martin away all the time.
Yeah,
So I mean, I don't. I mean, I don't know. I mean, I don't know. For me, it was just like I don't know. I, mean, I was like that kind of. I mean, there's so much that she's been through. I mean, so much she's been through that possibly I don't know. But I'm glad they included for us for the fans. Like, yes, she does know what it feels like, what Lulu's going through, and it's tough. So I thought it was kind of. I was glad they brought that up. I'm glad they brought up. Period. It's like fans know this, so it's like good. So she knows what she's going through. She can empathize with her and understand what that means.
yeah.
You know,
I mean, I would love for them to keep Martin around long enough for them to build some sort of relationship, which would be cool.
yes, yes, that'd be great. Yeah, I'm curious. Yeah, he's still a reoccurring character. So yeah, I don't know what they want to do with him completely. With this newer regime wants to do with him. They seem to like him. They bring him in. So yeah, I agree. I have no idea going to do it. And it's funny. So there's a lot of Spencer-esque stuff going around in there now. Lots of quartermains. Right? It's like they have these people on there, stuff, but some of them kind of like, well, what are they doing with them for real? Like it was like the Lois stuff. It's kind of like, well, just briefly with Lois. Of course, she comes out with her regular voice and saves the day. Frank,
Yeah, that what a colossal waste of time that
I
whole little story arc was. I mean, yes, great to see Renee on screen as Lois and stuff, but
guess.
you're telling me that that's the best that you could give her was the accent stuff.
That's what Jason Joe Jose says. Lois needs something else to do. Thank God they finally ended that that stupid accent story. I know. We agree. I agree with Frank completely.
And rare to see Tracy make such a colossal misjudgment in terms of
Yeah.
like the it's like maybe we get her without the accent and that sales could be even better.
Yeah.
Uh, yeah, it seemed weird that we're only getting to it right now. Like there have been no other indicators that sales have been a little sluggish as Lois was kind of adapting this new accent. That it just got to the critical point of that Omen Heart. We need to sell more than we've ever sold today, or else we're done. Like,
But
okay.
Frank, I think I know why.
Oh, was it the lady doing her makeup praising her like, you sound like a real person now. Thank you.
I think that was dumb. It's because did you guys notice? I don't know about your TV stations, but they're selling it for us to buy, Frank. You want to buy me the scepter for Christmas? They're actually
Oh,
selling it for real, folks. There was a commercial, and during one of the commercial breaks, they're actually selling it to us, the regular public.
oh
You can
wow.
buy it.
Are you buying it, James?
Hell no. If you want to send one to me, hi Sandy. You want to send one to me? I'll take it just for giggles, and I'll show it on TV. But you know, I think it's the dumbest name on earth. And the Scepter is the dumbest name. But they're actually selling the products on a thing called, I think it's called homeandheart.com or something. Like, Frank's looking it up. You
Wow,
didn't see
I
the
am.
commercial? Oh wait, you watch it on Hulu? I mean, if you watch it on Hulu, you won't see it. I watched it on ABC. They showed a commercial for it, so I think that's why they changed her voice at that point.
Wow. That's crazy.
Yeah,
Okay. And you can also shop
I mean,
K. Carroll's General Hospital
it's
handbag
suspect.
collection.
Yes. So if you want to buy me Deceptor, folks, you can. I'll show it on TV and everything. I ain't buying one myself. I think it's the
Oh,
dumbest name, Deceptor.
wow.
But
This
there's some of the
is
cosmetics and everything, Frank.
this is crazy.
So I think it's why the whole voice thing ended now because it's because of that.
Wow.
So yeah, if you watch the movie, you probably didn't see it. But they're selling. If you watch the ABC like I did, I DVR'd it. It showed again a commercial beforehand.
Oh man. You know, I
Yeah.
do record it, but sometimes it's just great to watch it on Lulu and it just you don't have to worry about the commercials. It's nice.
Oh, East Coaster says you probably find the commercial on YouTube. I'm gonna look for it. You don't look for it on YouTube. I'm sure somebody put it up there. You're right. So, but yeah, it's really funny. I was like, Kaiwan wants Lois and Rick together. They're
What?
not. They're not.
What?
They're not. I know they're not even in. They're not even in the same circles.
Oof.
And Sonny would hate that. Sonny would hate that because Sonny. I was watching some episodes of Lois and Sonny. They really have portrayed them as friends for a long time.
Yeah. I think there would have to be some yeah, I think it'd
I
be a
don't
tough
know.
one. Yeah. I can't see Lois and Rick getting together.
I mean, they're pretty, but I mean, I don't. I just can't. I just don't even. They're not even the same circles. They don't even interact with each other. But anyway,
Wait, because
uh,
Lois very rarely seems to leave the Quartermain mansion
yeah.
other than just to go to the
So
home and
again,
heart
oh yeah, that's my original point. I'm getting old, folks. That was my original point. They have her too. She's recurring. They don't do much with her either. So it's kind of like actually, her and Martin together would be kind of cute.
I'd be down for that. Why not?
I
Loosen up Marty a little bit with that'd be
Yeah,
great.
I think so. Yeah, I think so. Yes. They did the same thing with Fusion Cosmetics and yeah, and Jabot. Yeah, yeah. I know. It's. I mean, and shows you that sometimes. Yeah, so they do that. But I just thought it was hilarious because it's just kind of. But I think it's why the timing of this happened because now they're ready to sell the products for the public, Frank. The dual purpose thing, I think. But his storyline was a waste. I agree with Frank completely on that. I just like okay, fine.
Oof.
I know it's kind of crazy. But anyway, that's just a little side note there. I just to mention that. But back to Lulu and all that. Now the Charlotte stuff is interesting because we got Anna feeling guilty. You said
Oh,
it, Frank. She still feels guilty.
okay.
Still feels guilty. And
I
so
love that Jason just said, you got to knock that off.
he did. Like girl, he'd say girl, but you don't even want to say girl. Get
Yeah.
over yourself. Because he was like he was over. He was like, you gotta stop. You gotta stop.
Oh, I was like, thank you, Jason. Yes. Somebody please should have said this to Anna a long time ago.
Thank you, Jason. I know. It was like, wow. I mean, Jason's the voice of reason to Anna. Ooh, I know she'll still hold on to that. I thought they forget. I thought she forgave. I thought everything was fine, but she's still holding on to it. Now we got to get her. I said, no, feeling guilty that you said, well, you helped Valentine get away. Sure, I get that part. But about the shooting part, like, really? The shooting? I'm not going to believe that. Yeah, they skipped the Thanksgiving Quartermain thing. I know I'm shocked about that too. They didn't do it this year. There's so many Quartermains there. It's so funny. They didn't
Yeah,
do it.
it is a bummer. I was really expecting this to turn out to be like a fun Thanksgiving, and yet went by. Very weird not to have a
Yeah,
Quartermain Thanksgiving disaster.
you got to use that. Anna's judgment is so off. Yeah, she's a little off right now. But they call in Spinelli, of course, and she calls good old Carly. Come on in. Want you to bug your friend's office.
Which
So
I do like that. like Jason's like, here, I'm with you, Anna, I'll help you. And then Anna just goes and pulls Carly. He's like, no, what are you doing? This is a terrible idea, Anna.
You know. And that chick, whoever she is, she's playing that role for all it's worth. Go on, bitch.
Oh
Work
yeah.
that role. Working
Mm.
that role. Hmm.
Uh,
She's working that role, and she's like being the staunch assistant to homeboy.
oh yeah. But you're laying down those wonderful. I've learned so much from working with you. Uh, but if you do these personal things,
I don't get it.
all right. I do like Jason's offer makes sense. It's a very, like Jason doesn't. The nice thing about like Jason is he's a man of his word. So
Yes.
if he says that he's going to do this, he's going to do that. And so I feel like what better offer could you give Jack Brennan to reach out to Valentine and know that everything, Valentine could still stay on the run and it wouldn't blow back on him at all. All they do would was just get Charlotte back.
Yeah, I get it. And we do need Charlotte back. So that's, but I'm glad it's kind of being staggered out because she has so much, Lulu has so much to deal with right now that we'll get to her and Charlotte. And we'll get to the whole thing that Anna, somebody saying in chat that she shot Charlotte. We'll get to all of that, I'm sure. But right now she's with Rocco. She's gonna get him. It keeps her Charlotte being out there gives her a little drive to kind of get better and just kind of like, be ready to keep on the edge a little bit. Carly's like, I'll bug him, but I'm bugging only because I know he didn't do it. And I know he doesn't know. And then it's funny is she bugs him. They tell her later, you always sweep for for bugs. She's like, what? It's almost like in Death Becomes Her, now a warning. Like, it's like I was like, hello. She's like, Carly's like, excuse me. Then Anna's like, yeah, they do that. They sweep for bugs every day. I'm like, what the like? Jason was so annoyed. I was annoyed with him. And Carly's reaction was like, what?
Oh, but I did like, nobody pulls a better hurt face than Carly when she's feeling like she's been, but she's hurt. So when she finds out and she hears Jack reaching out to Valentine about this deal, you just cut to Carly and she's like, "Oh no, Jack, how could you do this? Jack, no, Jack, no."
But she can't say shit because he has helped her several times. Like she
Yeah.
said, come through for her. So, and it's so Valentine, they don't have nothing to do with you anyway, Carly. Who cares? What do you care about all that? But yes, Lulu's your cousin. We get it. And I said again, we said before, I'm glad they brought up that they were not on good terms when
Yes.
she they're not sugarcoating that. Same with Brooklyn. They're not sugarcoating that either. They were not on good terms when she was exploded. So
Yeah.
I kind of like that. And I'm like, Cody, like, what's going on with that? What's going on? I love it. I love that Cody and Dante talked about her. They explained why he didn't recognize her. I was like, why? Anyway, that actually makes sense. What he said makes sense.
Yeah. I mean, she's got the hoodie up. And you're not expecting somebody that you know is in a coma to all of a sudden be
Yes,
just
right,
sitting there in your car.
right. I know, I love it. So I was like, okay, they explained it right. We're good. They explained it off. But I see chemistry between Cody and Lulu. And I said Cody, folks. I said it 2 episodes ago. I said it on this godforsaken show. I said it.
I mean, yes, I do see that as well too. Just in the general, do you want to see Dante and Lulu get back together,
Nope.
or no?
Nope.
Like we had that time, and now we're just moving on.
Carly and Lulu were close at one time, folks. There was for a while there was nothing. They had nothing for or against them for a long time, and then they got close for a while. She looked at Carly like an older sister, and then stuff. And then when Michael went to prison, they blamed Dante, and Lulu was part of it. That's how it began the whole thing, and she had a whole thing against her. But no, they were close at one point. Um, Oh yeah, Brooklyn went to Redcon alert. Brooklyn went to camp with Cody and Dante. That don't bother me. That doesn't bother me whatsoever. I'm like, okay, they all grew up. We know that it actually makes sense now because Brooklyn and Dante grew up together. If Cody grew up with them too, then he should have known her. So I feel like they totally corrected something. So fine, I was fine with it. I don't know about you. Almost called you Dante. What are you, Dante? What do you think? Frank? I don't want to think Dante.
No, I'm fine with that too. Why not? I mean, just it's a shorthand way to kind of show how long that Brooklyn has also known
Yeah,
Cody as well.
yeah.
And but still keeping it. distant enough that there was that gap where Cody kind of was, running, to being kind of con man, slutter sort of guy as well. Where, so there's definitely gaps in there where that Brooklyn can still be surprised about some backstory from a more
Well,
current Cody.
Devin Knight brings up Gio's going to be Dante and Brooklyn's child.
I mean, it seems like it's going that route.
I agree too. I totally agree. Lulu betrayed her family. Daisy Flower coming in hot. Lulu betrayed her family. East Coast says Kulu. Kulu. Is that their new name? Cody and Lulu are fire. Kai one says yes. Cody and Lulu have good chemistry. Um, yeah, I like it. I saw chemistry. I thought this gives Cody. For me, it's more about Cody getting moved away from Sasha. We need them. We need them so we need them in separate things so we can accept them as cousins later. Like so, it's okay. It'll always be a little awkward, but we need them to have full on story. So making her pregnant with Michael's child, maybe him going with Lulu, that will help us. I think in the long run, right? I think it would help us. I think.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, and I guess you can uh you can kind of see just, maybe the heavy hand of the writing staff and the producers by like, oh well, we know Lulu's coming eventually, so we got to free up some characters, and Cody will
Yeah, I
be
think
the
so
one.
too. I
So
agree with you.
let's just come in with this. Guess what,
Yeah,
guys? You're really cousins.
right. I agree with that. I think it's right there too. But so right now her choices could be Cody and Dante in a also three way in a triangle,
Yeah.
which could work. Two friends and the whole thing. We just and I think it's the same thing with Liz and Lucky. Not sure with them back together either on some level. I don't know. I mean, it's nostalgic seeing them together, like today, them getting the Christmas tree and all that. It's nostalgic, but I don't know if I want them together. I don't know. I
I
don't know.
mean, I'd be down with it. I mean, and I guess just to enjoy it for however long it lasts, because we know that I just know Jonathan Jackson's not going to be a long-term, option here for General Hospital. So, why not? I mean, otherwise, what does, Elizabeth have going on? I mean, I'd rather see Rick with Ava. So, otherwise, so Elizabeth's got nothing going on, and neither Lucky doesn't have anything going on. So, I'm down for if he's only here for like another year and a half. Why not? Because I feel like Lucky today was really hitting it hard about like, hey, yeah, you deserve everything. You
I
deserve
know.
everything good.
He did hit it hard. He did. They were both 15 or 16. Yes, people have kids when they're 15 or 16 years old. It happens all the time. I had a child a few years older than that. So I know that can totally happen. Somebody said something. Geo's boring. I get the Geo part. He's boring. Got it. I don't want to read that. What's up here? People still want Sasha and Jason in this chat. I'm like, I don't see it, but people are seeing something I don't see.
I mean, the show has not capitalized on any of that other than their one kind of meetup there at the warehouse.
Right.
So, I guess it's not to say that that's not something that could happen in the future, but as of right now, it doesn't feel like the show's like laying any groundwork for that to be something that's going to be on
No.
the horizon.
So if that does happen, if you guys are someone that I don't know, then I'll give it to you. But I don't see it. I'm seeing when we saw the Jason and Anna scenes. I'm seeing more of that because Anna's very vulnerable around Jason. One
So
minute.
much, boy, she can get teary-eyed quickly around
And
Jason.
now I gotta say this: Vanola Hughes can give you a cry.
Yes, she
Homegirl can
can.
do it. She's good teary. She's good, but she's so. I feel like they're setting that up. Actually, that's what I'm thinking.
Yeah, and it feels weird that there's still not like any forward movement on that. And I don't know if it's just because of where the whole Valentine situation. Like if
Yeah,
that gets resolved, and I'm hoping that James Patrick Stewart is going to be coming back.
I hope so too. Somebody said in the chat too. I hope so too. Hi, beauty for Astros. Yeah, I would love for JPS to come back for even a short stint if he can, and because yes, I mean the thing is he's so good. I guess like
Oh,
there's certain people just so good, but again, just keep my Rick on there because I'm telling you, I'm like I am just. Oh my god, we'll get to that. We'll get to that. I'm sorry, we'll get to that storyline. We'll get to that storyline after we finish this one. But I'm just like they're just some actors just really good and you can put them with anybody, and they're good.
Yeah.
That's what's so funny. There's somebody you just place them anywhere. I mean, just like,
And I think there's a lot of still potential for Valentine on this show.
yeah, I do
And I
too.
mean, he can act with anybody and make any scene great. So
Yeah, yeah, I'm sure. Yeah, I agree. I just say yes. He's not filming that show right now, so Busy was just filming the other show, and there was other stuff going on. He said he was tired, so he was taking a break. So I get it. Some of us aren't as young as we used to was, so we get a little tired. You gotta take some breaks. So, but hopefully, I'm with Frank. I hope they bring, and you guys in the chat, I hope they bring it back. I hope they bring it back. Anna's crying. She mentioned Jason about the. They did. It's funny because like we say about Dex, like today he was getting quiet when he talked about family. We know nothing about him, which is so funny. It's been this long, and nothing has come up about him. So maybe they're going to hit there now. What happens to him possibly, and I have no idea what it's going to be, Frank. At this point, now it's new writers, so I have no idea what they're going to do with him.
yeah, I mean, we know that his family life was pretty awful. I mean, that much we know that his dad was a drunken and abused his
Right.
mom. But and that's why he felt like he could relate to Sonny. But uh yeah, I mean, other than that, and that his brothers, they just like to just beat up on him. So
Yeah, that's all we know. So I have no idea what any of what they're going to do with that. So I'm interested. I can be interested in that. I guess. I think Dick's getting killed. See, I don't think he's going to get killed. I think people are hoping he gets killed. I think he's gonna be slashed or stabbed or something. Um,
I don't. I mean, I'm fine with Dex. I mean, there are other characters on the show that I could be like, whatever. But Dex, I don't know. He's fine.
Speaking of those characters, I'm gonna mention it real quick just to get out the way. And people mentioned in the chat already. Yes, we have that too. Also, okay. I saw the previews for this week. All right, I just actually just talked about it a second ago. Okay. Here's the deal. Evil LaRue. So they finally got around to bringing up her being a homophobe. Finally,
Mhm.
with her and Christina. So they brought it up, and it sounds like she's trying to make amends with Christina by doing what she did on the stand. And they're coming to some kind of agreement. Like they keep coming together. And so I think, yeah, I say, yeah, I think they're trying to, think they're trying to finally redeem her, I guess. Do
Or they can
Christina.
testing them, James.
That would be hilarious. Oh my God. Christina like older woman before, she's like the older woman, and they fall in love. I would down for that. Oh my God, kids, I'd be down for that. Okay. And even LaRue's beautiful. I'd be down to watch those scenes. I'm good. That's so funny, Frank. I said that could happen, but that would be the ironic. What they say, some homophobes usually are gay, right? So that would be hilarious. But they're finally addressing it a little bit. I know she's doing it all for Sunny on some level. Yes, it's still weird, but they did bring it up.
Yeah, I mean, and Sunny went and chatted with her as well too. So,
Yeah.
yeah, I mean, I feel like we're slowly inching towards some kind of coupling with her and Sunny.
Um, we have people mentioning other shows during my show. I don't talk about other shows during my show on GHB Spotlight. Yes, we know there are other shows out there that you guys watch. Well, it's a shady Monday.
No.
Um, no, I no, actually I love Alan Locker is my friend. Actually, I like Alan Locker. I've actually helped her with stuff. So they're saying that Community Color was on Alan Locker's show today, and they're saying it sounds like we should get ready for a Robin visit. Well, she's done before. She's coming through before here and there. She's not going to be on the show for real. And they're saying that Rick Hurst is going to be on there Friday.
Nice.
So,
There you go. I mean, I keep him around. I was worried. I mean, now with the trial and stuff. I mean, his conversation with Molly at their place seemed just sort of final, where it was like, well, where he could easily have just left town and that would be it. So, the only reason I would say that he isn't is because of Molly and Alexis's chat today about can I have my dad come over and visit me here? And so Okay, so I feel like, all right, maybe that's still opening the door for Rick sticking around for a bit.
I think Rick's staying for a while. I think they were testing him out, and they had him on for a while. I think he was brought on for a short term visit. I think I read that somewhere. Not sure, and it's just lasting longer. And he's just. I mean, again, Rick Hurst is the bomb, so I'm here for it. If
Yeah,
he's
especially
happy,
yeah, if you don't have a Valentine on the show,
right?
he's a good kind of that kind of level where he can mix it up with a bunch of different characters,
Yeah.
have fun with them, and stir stuff up.
Which happened because we all know. Come on, folks. We knew she'd be found innocent, not guilty. So excuse me, not guilty. Avery was found not guilty. Christina being a total bitch to her sister
Oof.
says that line. When she said that line, even I went, oh. When she said, "You're not really her mother," and Molly was like, "I'm out, bitch." She didn't.
Mhm.
She didn't. She was like, "I don't even have time to fight this. You are a crazy bitch," and just walked. She like just walked off. She was like, "Next." She couldn't even muster. I felt her energy just like, I am so tired of you.
Yeah,
She already had TJ leave her, TJ and her break up. She already had that going on. As she said, Alexis today. Everybody's telling me how I should feel. It's like, it's weird. They are kind of telling her how she should feel, how she should react.
yeah.
And it's up to her. Everybody reacts differently.
Uh, Christina, man, she is going off the deep end. I mean, she is in her head. She has rewritten it and convinced herself that Ava pushed her.
Yep.
Uh, and nothing anybody says can steer her off that fact.
Nope. And she's not the only that Ava pushed her. She's the mother.
Yep.
That baby's Adela, not Irene, and that is not our baby anymore. It was now she's like, this was my baby.
Yeah.
I was like,
Yeah.
damn.
Thanks, TJ. You did nothing. So
Right. She's seriously just like, oh my god, everybody said Maya should have slapped Christina. They don't think Frank and I talked about that the other day. We haven't seen a good slap in a while. We haven't.
yeah.
That would have been a good slap. That would have been a good cause for a slap while Sonny and Alexis saw it. They would have saw it. I would have slapped the shit out of her. Like, what the fuck are you talking about, bitch? Oh, like it's just like you're so rude. She was so rude. Um, but it was good. I mean, I like the conference. I like the conflict. Uh, and it sounds like to me, Kaiwan, you'll be getting your wish. It sounds like with the subsequent talks with her father, who is backing her up in her thoughts, she might be. I'm telling you, Frank, I'm right time stamping it. She's gonna be the mobtress. But she's gonna be bad. I think she's gonna be one of those moms who just thinks too fast and makes mistakes. But I think she's making herself a Sunny clone. It's supposed to be Sunny.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, she's not getting justice to the she tried the law and the law failed her. So now she's got some other recourse. And it was I mean, I did like I completely get what Sonny was saying about, you need to be doing something. You can't just sit here stuck. That's no good because then you're just gonna stall out right where you're at right now. So I mean, one thing we talked about as well is like where the heck is Phyllis? We find out, yeah, she
Find
headed
out.
back. Yeah, she headed back.
Back to Nixon Falls, your favorite place.
Oh, adios. So there we
Back
go.
to back to her friends in Nixon Falls, where her and Lenny had many of adventure. I was like, well, that's sad. I'm like, okay, so he's Charlie's might still be around. So like, that's kind of interesting. I didn't realize that. I was like, yeah, I mean, that I guess that sense is sitting there. But yeah, she's Phyllis is gone, kids.
I mean, I guess it's good to have her there, especially if they kind of shift and they get it more on camera again, where it's a place where Ava would come because it used to be Julian's. So then she's just right in Christina's face, and that just keeps antagonizing her.
Yes. So I think I think Christina's gonna go down that road and be a bad mom person. Like she's gonna be not as good as her father.
Yeah.
Um,
And even that chat with Sonny and Christina today, where it's like, where
yes.
he was like, "Oh yeah, well you and Molly, I figured this like, and out," and she was like, "Oh no, no, I know what I said to Molly, and I don't feel bad about any of it."
She didn't. I was like, dang. She's like, I don't care. She's like I meant everything. The courtroom after she won, and it was the OGs. It was Sunny, Alexis, Ava, and Rick.
Yeah.
I want to see Avery tomorrow. Blah blah. We have joint. I mean, it was just the four. It was a nice verbal foursome of just history. It was like all that history just sitting in there. All
Oh
that
yeah.
goes.
And Rick was just ready to go. It's like, yeah, go ahead. I'm ready to file a motion right now. Boom. Just say the word. We'll do it.
Emergency, yeah, emergency motion right now. Right now, he's like, I'm ready. I was like, he goes, nothing has to do with you. He goes, nothing to do with you, Rick. The way he says Rick is so funny. And he's like, I'm her lawyer, so that does. And he was ready to go. He hates it. He hated to go. Let's just like just take the win. Just take the win. Take the win. And it's like, but she's like, no, I want to see my daughter. And I mean, she has a right to see her daughter. And of course, she dicks a dig at Alexis. You should. I'm trying to do what you should have did a long time ago. It's like keep your kid away from him. And remember, Alexis did for a minute. That was the whole thing, also with Christina. She did. So nobody's safe. But I know that fans have been loving um the whole what do you call it, sexist relationship. They've been enjoying how they can be funny, there for each other, good parents to Christina. They've been really enjoying those two, Alexis and Sunny, together recently.
Yeah, those have been nice scenes, where it's just, better to, I don't know, they're two really good actors, and they've got, they definitely have chemistry, and it doesn't have to be a romantic thing. It's just like, just a shared allegiance when it comes to Christina for that. I did
Wow.
really like and see what did you think about the Alexis and Rick scene once they had kind of wrapped the case. Uh, I mean, I felt like,
They
I was with
both
Rick. I was with Rick on that.
was too. I was too. I was like, it was good. It was like it's like this is what you do when you give Nancy Lee Grant some great material, and then just Rick Hurst. It's like it's, when he talks about her parenting, how she chooses, and how she's trying to go at his character. Like, you're just a horrible person, and you're just this, and blah, blah. And I'm a lawyer too, so I know that like stuff. And he just kept going in on her parenting. He's just like, I'm going on her parenting, how bad she is as a parent. And you can talk. And but he can't talk us alone because you have been taking care of Christina and not Molly as much. You haven't. You have not been there for her. So it's just kind of funny that he went in on her, and it was like, yep. Oh my God. Okay, sorry, we have to switch gears for a second. First of all, 53 people are watching. Hi, 53 people. Thank you so much for enjoying your evening with us. For the chat, you guys are mean. I like Joyce Guy. I interviewed her. I like her. They're like, oh, Phyllis is not needed. Phyllis is not needed. They're just like throwing her to the wolves. Like, dang. Oh, my gosh, just like, we don't need her anymore. And then they got the archetype of the wise black woman, filled by Aunt Stella. Phyllis is not needed. We can't have two wise black women on the show. We can't. Like, that's we only have one. That's it. They're just like, nah, they're like, we're done with her. Like, they just throw her away that fast, Frank.
At one point it seemed like there might be a possibility of like a Stella and Phyllis friendship building.
Yeah.
That seems to be punted, and I mean, hopefully they are not going to slack on the Tracy Stella friendship.
Right. But we're gonna mention Stella really quick. There were two great scenes this week that were, and even Perry Shen posted on his page their scene. It was so funny, the shade that she gave Brad for him when he was talking to somebody. And they were showing the person. I'm like, who's he talking to? And then you see the hand. I'm like, it's a brown hand. Like, what am I calling it? I was like, who is she? Like, it was Stella. That was hilarious. They never together. I was like, Brad Cooper and Stella are never together. I guess they work together, so it's kind of funny. And how he said, I made mistakes. Some would call them crimes. That was hilarious. And Perry said, go to his page. He does a whole thing. He reacts to that. It's hilarious. And how she shaded him with that comment. But then she checked Portia. Woo! She's like,
Which I
Portia.
felt like was deserved because Portia does not hide her disdain for
She
Brad
doesn't.
at all.
And she keeps saying, hello, girl. You're doing it wrong. Like, you're doing it completely wrong. Because you are the professional. You are higher up than. It's like, you got to pull together because he can still keep things. You got to play the game. So it's kind of funny that that Stella did it and just walked off, and Portia was like,
That side eye she gave as Stella walked off, like,
And then she went to talk to Brad. I think we could use you there. But she was right. His work has been exemplary, but they're making Brad a little too stalkery,
yes.
obsessed with Lucas. So I'm just curious to see what that's gonna look like.
I did at least like him having a moment of deciding whether like, oh, I'm gonna get rid of this evidence for Portia. I
Oh,
should
that
be a
was
better person. I then oh wait, what's the weather like in Florida in February? Oh man,
yeah.
that's
First he goes, I can't do it. I can do it. I can't do it. And he's like the weather in Florida. That made me laugh. So I love. So he
I
couldn't do it, of course.
when as you're talking about like when he's monologuing at the top about his stuff, you're right, I was wondering like who is he talking to? And I was
Yeah.
waiting for them to cut to like a picture of Brit.
Yeah. I was like, yeah. Me too. Oh my God. Me too.
Yeah. And then nope, boom, there's Stella.
It's still up. I was like, well, nice surprise. I mean, they work in the hospital together, but I thought the same thing. A picture of Britt. That's what I thought it would be or something. It was like, oh no, oh, okay. So yeah, James is being a stalker. No, James isn't. I mean, Brad is being a stalker. Yes, I think he is too. So he's a little obsessed. I mean, I know he wants his man back. I know he wants him, but it's like just being there on the side. Just it was good so far, but now he's pushing a little too hard. So it's gonna backfire in his face, of course.
Well, yeah. I mean, I will say that they made a big splash about Lucas coming back, but
Right.
so far, other than like that initial couple weeks, I don't know. I'm kind of bummed. I thought he was gonna.
He was talking to TJ.
Uh, I mean, I thought like, hey, we've got this medical mystery at the hospital. It seemed like him and Dr. Gannon were gonna be like involved trying to figure it out, but that seems to have gone nowhere as well. So, I mean, maybe it'll change. But boy, I was hoping it would be a little different this time around for Lucas.
Oh, Dr. Gannon. Um, your girl, who I mean, again, who's thirsty for him. I was like, I was just like, girl, he's not dumb. Let me look at that contract. You need more money.
Yeah.
This. I was like, okay, Jordan. You're just like, I'm like, hello, hi, GA Sunday shift. Hi, so she says hi to us. They say hi to us. You say we love you guys, ladies. I'll tell you guys back on in the new year. Um, but she was like, get on his business. And like, well, you deserve more. But I'm like, yeah, because your hot seat, your panties are on fire for him. That's why. Jordan is like, she is licking her chops. Homegirl wants her some Dr. Gannon, and she wants it stat.
Well, yeah. She's like, oh, I like to eat out at really fancy places, so you need more money.
I know. I was like, okay. I was like, okay. I was like, wow. And he was eating it up too. He was kind of like, okay. But I was like, gee, he's like, I don't know. I'm gonna know what's going on. But she's like, yeah, you need to look at this. They got money. I can tell you something. Kind of, they got funds, or she was like, we're talking about some funds or whatever. They can pay you more. I'm like, dang girl, she's just like giving it all up. Woo. But yeah, Daisy Flower, don't forget Molly and Little Women.
Oh,
They
there you
had
go.
they had a moment for her birthday.
Yeah. I mean, well, and we still have, Dex's sweaty running. Don't forget that moment either with Molly. So, so
That's right. I'm just saying. And TJ left. They're separated now. He brought her journal. Last bit, he brought the journal. Say goodbye.
yeah, I don't know. I mean, it's just tough for me to really get on board with anything with TJ. And that scene with him and Curtis, as they're talking about, like, what if we move this chair? And then we got some lamps. What if we move this sofa over there? Like, oh, yeah,
So
yeah.
Frank's dead inside, obviously. Just as usual. It was a touching scene, Frank. It was a touching scene.
Well, it touched a place I didn't like.
Oh, it's Frank present.
Uh-oh, I can still see you. Am I frozen? No. Oh,
Okay.
thank goodness. I was scared
You
for a
froze the
second.
man said quiet. I said, it's a touching scene. You're dead inside. And you went blank.
It touched me in the wrong place, James.
Are there wrong places? Uh, they're all Molly cleaned everything out. She did though. Was it kind of crazy? He went in. I was like, dang. Was
Yeah.
it mostly hers? I was like,
Yeah. I
what's
mean,
going on?
TJ, he didn't bring much, you know.
I guess not. I'm like, dang. Isaiah's a chem magnet. Dr. Gann is hot. I think everybody's liking the new doctor. They're liking him. Yeah.
But
Um,
the weird thing too with that, I mean, I guess if they wanted to just split up Molly and TJ, fine. Okay, we're doing it and we'll see what happens. But that conversation with TJ and Molly, where TJ was like, "Hey, I want to have a family," and Molly was like, "Well, I don't want to have one." And I feel like this is the worst time to be making like absolute decisions with anybody.
I know.
It's like anybody, like any football player after a football season, and they're like, "Hey, you gonna retire?" Like, yeah, maybe I might retire. Like nobody
Yeah,
knows. You need a little time and distance before you need like 4 or 5 months before you can really kind of like
yeah,
start thinking about what the future is. And for TJ to be like, "We got to know right now what the deal is." Like, come on, TJ.
I agree with you on that. That was a little too, but they wanted to break them up. So I think they want to break them up. And for me, it's fine. I was never invested in them in the first place. So
But they have a 5 month mug celebrating their domestic partnership. And now
that
what
mug,
happens to that mug?
that mug. Oh my god! And for those reasons, I'm out. Uh,
That
and
you
so
knew that relationship was on life support when that mug got rolled out.
that mug. I was there. I mean, I'm more interested in them now separately. So I'm like, I'm happy. I'm like, let's move. Let's please let's just give it. Let's move it. Jennifer 792 says they're the casualty of the resets. We can't have more new couples till they're done resetting the show. So the faster, the better. That's right, kids. But they are going fast. I mean, Frank and I for years have mentioned the pacing on the show being so inconsistent. It is crazy. I can't complain about that. Right now, one of the few things I can't complain about, they're moving full steam ahead
No, that's
with
very true.
many storylines. They're moving full steam. The few that is kind of stalled, but they're moving fast. I mean, the ones that I want to move fast, they're moving fast. They're like, okay, got it. You know,
Yeah. What other thing that I enjoyed from last week too was the whole balance of like Dante, or excuse me, Rocco and Danny and Lulu coming back and Danny seeing that and him going down to the lake house or the
yeah.
boathouse and talking to Jason and Carly about it.
Yes, I did. I enjoyed that. Those kids are really good. They're really good. And we're getting their point of view. Well, because also it comes after Carly had to take the two brothers and say, "Come on, motherfuckers, we're going to you get to live together and figure this out. You're not separating the kids. You're going to live here in this house and work it out." So after all that was settled, it was good to see that the kids actually are talking. So it's like Danny has feelings about it, and that makes sense. And we're showing people you want to see Danny and Jason together. They're showing them more and more together, so we can't complain anymore. Hi, Samantha. They're bringing them together, so we're seeing them together more and more, and we're seeing more Rocco now. So we're seeing more of him. So we're seeing it, folks. So I'm glad. I'm glad. It was like Jason this, I'm like, well, they're showing them together now. So he actually has been showing up for him. So, and you can't keep the same people do change, folks. You can't hold somebody to the same standard from years before. People change.
Yeah,
So
and I did like Drew and Jason coming to those terms, and it's like, well,
yes,
Jason, if there's no more violence, like he says, oh, I just won't make the first. I won't be the first one to
I
break
know. I love it.
first.
I love it.
He's like, well, I guess
Like,
that's as good as I can get.
it's like again. It's like I love that Jason's like I'm not going to say what I'm not going to say. I love it.
Yeah.
Loved it. I loved it, folks. I loved it. So yeah, 63 people watching now. I think it's 63
Oh,
people. I
nice.
love you guys.
Um,
Things are bad when Carly's voice a reason, honey. Absolutely. If Dante can be mentioned for being there for Danny Scout and Rocco social Jason. Yes, they are saying how Dante has been there for the kids. Like nobody's been. I love that they recognized that. Same when Laura acknowledged Tracy taking in Lulu a while back. It's like they're at least they're not playing that off. They're like saying I wasn't here, and that's as Laura today. I just how much I missed so much of her life, and she did at some point. Jason did too. Now Jason feels like now he doesn't want to let him down. Lucky's the only one that's still on the fence, obviously. But I think with Jason, he was like, "No, I'm being there for my kids now. For Jake and for him, he's there, and he's actually been there for Scout a little bit. So I'm like, we're good. I think he's good. But they're not. They have not. He worked with Dante. He's not excluding him. Drew's been the whole dick the whole time. I think not Jason actually. So this should be interesting. This should be very interesting. And folks, I did a show on recasting. I showed both Monicas on the screen. Did very well, Frank. Lots of mixed reaction. That's what I said. Checked it out daytime today. Check that out. I was a lot of mixed reaction, Frank, as usual. So I mean, I think everybody agrees they'd love to see Monica. That's the bottom line. But it's half say new Monica, yes. Other half say no, it has to be the old Monica. So
Yeah, well, it's I the show would I feel would want to use her. It is I
yeah,
feel like Leslie is just not, in a place right now where she would
I
want
think
to.
I think so too.
So,
Uh,
at some point you feel like, somebody who should make a statement, whether it's Leslie or somebody in the show, or
I,
just like, I'm bowing out gracefully and, letting, stepping back from the show. That
I agree. But yeah, I totally agree. Um,
And I did like the even with Dante talking with Sonny as he's trying to figure out like having Lulu back
yes,
and what it was like, and just the reality where we thought, trying to sort it out between Jason, Drew, and Dante and the kids, but now you throw Lulu in the mix with Rocco, and he's like, well, what if she wants to have Rocco and her just kind of overnight? Where are they even staying? What's that like? For the kids, how are they going to feel about that?
right. I love that also. I thought it was kind of cool. He said, you do this whole blended family thing. You know how it is. And how'd you do it? I thought, oh, that's kind of cool to go. I mean, it's true, right? And they all kind of grew up together. And
Sonny, he dropped his anchor at a lot of ports.
he did. He did. And so I thought it was kind of cool that he went there. I agree with that too. It's like they're giving us what they're doing, Frank, that I'm enjoying. Sorry, I put some lipstick on.
Mm.
Um, it is nighttime. No, what I'm liking is they're giving us some well-rounded beats to the story. We're getting lots of sides and angles to this. But I'm actually enjoying that part.
Yeah, I mean, because I feel like that's when subs are at their best, is where you can show two different viewpoints, and both are valid, and that's what engages the fan base because fans will side with one character or the other. Yeah, everybody's gonna have different feelings about that story, so which is good if it's told well.
And not to mention, another special mention, Dante and Maxie. Love that conversation. Made me laugh. Maxie, of course, is what she wants to. She's ready. She's ready to see. She wants to see her best friend, and she's ready to see her. And all stuff. And it's hilarious. I thought it was hilarious. We were talking about her, but we were talking about her, and that reunion should be fun too. I think that reunion will be really good. It's gonna be a good reunion too. That's another
Yeah.
one.
How far down this list am I?
So, because we want to answer that. She's like, no, okay. I laughed so hard. I'm like, that's just. I mean, that's just yeah. But Dante went to her, talked to her, and it was kind of like it was really cool. And that's right. And James just went back to eating. He was eating cookies. And I was like, well, I would eat that, man. It made me laugh because you said it too on the show. I was like, you just sit there eating cookies. How scared he was, but it's like it's just kind of funny. That's James. James, the man, he's the bomb.
Yeah,
Like
man,
James.
he compartmentalized it. He's like, okay, that's over now. Give me some cookies. That's all I
Yeah,
got now.
and the thing is, actually I don't mind. You know how much I hate most children actors, but I don't mind James. James makes me laugh.
Yeah.
He makes me laugh. So he makes me. He's a pretty good young actor. And I love that her kids just give Maxie shit all the time. It's very realistic, right? It's very realistic. George, they always just give her. She's just like, oh, she's so exasperated half the time. That's what she gets. Because she was that herself. That's what she gets.
Yeah.
So I kind of love that that's the through line for her is that they're always just exasperating to her. It's just like they don't want to listen to her. It's hilarious. So I love it. But her and Lulu, I'm looking forward to, when Lulu realized also that my nails, that's why they're so done. Which was with Lucky, like, oh my god, it was Maxie. Like it's gonna be a very, I think it's gonna be a funny, touching reunion with those two. It'll be a mixture.
Yeah. And I'll be curious to see where Lulu's going to settle in. If she's going back to reporting, is she doing something different this time around? And I'm frozen again, aren't I? Oh, am I back? Am I back? I'm back now? No. Oh. come on. Oh, here I am.
Yeah, there you go. I know it's my computer. You
Uh,
should be interested to see where
where Lulu ends up.
I know.
Is she going back to reporting? Is she going to be doing something different this time around? I don't know.
I don't either. We haven't got that far yet, right? So I'm curious. I'm curious also.
Even
What
Lucky, they just gave him the guitar and he ripped out that song today. Mileage may vary about how you feel about Jonathan Jackson singing. I was fine not hearing it. Lovely voice, whatever, but ugh, you know, I don't know.
but they had when I saw the guy playing up there, I was like, oh my god, they're gonna remind us of that stuff.
Yeah, there you go.
They didn't show a flashback. I'm shocked they didn't. Because there's flashbacks of that stuff back then, I'm sure. They
Well,
didn't do a flashback.
at least we saw one at the end of them all young and smoochy.
Yes, did.
So, we got that. But yeah, so Lucky's just going to pursue a music career now. I don't know.
It's just I don't. I'm just yeah, with you. That's one storyline that's kind of getting a little like, okay, let's do something with him. He's Lucky Spencer. That's like if you're waiting for Lulu to come out, good. Now we got it. Let's just like let's go. Let's go for full force. The Spencers are here. Let's just do this. Whatever that is. I mean, it looks like Elizabeth. Lucas is now off the hook. He's fine. So Elizabeth, is she off the hook yet? Too?
No, not
No.
yet. She's still got to break down every minute of what happened while she was around Sam. So, I mean, the idea, if you're gonna, I mean, we saw a little bit of it, not last week, the week before, but Lucky and Cyrus, if we're getting those two in the same orbit, that could be good.
Yes, and we saw today, folks. Spoiler alerts at the very end. I think Frank called it a while back. Cyrus did the digitalis, and he basically killed Sam.
That, yes, but it's also, I am curious as to why. Is this, uh,
It's the same with Lulu. Why do you want to take Lulu away? They're like we don't know what's going on. I get there's a restraining order on, but we still don't know why he was doing it.
yeah. And was he also involved with Lulu's respirator going south
Right,
too?
right. I'm like, so is he? I mean, so, and I was very shocked to see Sam laying there. I was like, so
Yeah.
they filmed that scene a while back, obviously before she left, and so we're like, oh my god, so he killed Sam. But I'm like, but I have more questions now because I thought, not saying we all believed that he was, healed and he was like God fearing, whatever, but it seemed with the Laura stuff, he was trying to get on her good side. So why would he try to kidnap Lulu?
Yeah. I mean, it felt like with the respirator and Lulu, I mean, you could tie it into Cyrus feeling like he was an angel of mercy and
Right,
releasing somebody, in pain that was not going to
right,
survive and letting her
right.
go now. But the Sam thing, I mean, she had survived the surgery. She was doing well. So it seems weird to play that beat if that's the route they were going. And he does put his hand on her head. So it seemed like a
Yeah,
very kind of caring thing at the moment.
yeah,
So I don't know. I don't know if this is like a Paul Hornsby type thing where we're just 180ing it and he's just, like, hey, guess what? I'm a killer now.
yeah.
Uh, or if there's a bigger picture for Cyrus and there's some reason that he thought that he had to get rid of Sam or there, whatever.
Well, I love when Anna's like, we got to talk about Cyrus. She's like, don't worry, I already got to take care of, and they bringing him and bringing Cyrus
Oh,
in.
yes.
I was like, I loved it. It was just like she was like, oh, don't worry, I'll take care of that, and she just went and got him and had him brought in. And it was like, let me talk to you for a second. And he tried to again. He can't read a room. He just like I always think about it all the time. I think of you all the time. He can't read a room. He does not care. He is so Cyrus. He is so Cyrus. And Anna's just standing there like, okay. And Laura, she let him have it. I mean, Laura was like, that's my baby. Yeah, nobody told you. I mean, I don't know why you. Nope. You stalking my child. You doing whatever you. Laura was like, no, this is not going to be happening. What we're not going to do is. That's what Laura was like.
Yes. Yeah, I mean, put it on a restraining order, but I feel like this is definitely cooled any sort of reconciliation between Cyrus
Oh,
and Nora. I mean, for a while there, it seemed like the show was kind of slowly kind of inching to them at least being more on the same, being at least a more brother and sister kind of a friend, a warmer
yes.
relationship. But like this. the way they've kind of staged this, like I don't see how you can. That's like this sets it back a lot.
They're laughing. Martin's mouth dropped literally when Laura told him about Cyrus lying to the staff. He did. He was like, it was kind of funny. The look at his face was priceless. I totally agree with the East Coast. It was hilarious. He was like, "What?" It was like he did what? We got to take care of him. So don't worry, I got a restraining order against him. Here's my family.
Yeah,
That's it.
and, I mean, we've also got like because Cyrus had that guy on the inside at Shady Brook who called him
That's
about that. So is this like somebody who's just being friendly to Cyrus, or is this a Cyrus operative? Because I mean, he used to have all those guys back when he was, more of a mob boss guy.
but is he trying to build a cult?
True.
Does he have a cult? And that these folks are doing stuff because he's cultish. I think about that too. Do you want to have Lulu as part of his cult?
Because you're right, because it's like that cult stuff happened, and then the regime switched, and that cult stuff went away. So now, if the previous regime is kind of back, or at least a combination thereof, it could be that they're bringing back in that kind of cult thing that they were leaning towards. Because Laura was really invested in wanting to listen to his radio broadcast to be able to understand everything that Cyrus was saying, and then it just went nowhere after that. But that was when the writers' switch happened.
I don't know. It's just like we'll see more questions. I love it. Cliffhanger. It was a true cliffhanger. I was like, but again, just seeing Sam, I was like, Sam? And they
Yeah,
said it was like touch your head. They pulled back, like, oh my God. And they showed the model. It was digitalis, and he was put in the IV. So that led to her death.
yeah. Uh, and yeah, it'll be interesting to see, to track that all down. I mean, and there was Dex that was already like on him at the Christmas tree lot there. It was like,
Yes, and
you were
said.
there.
So I think Dex did something to him this week too, or have something done to him. There was not. It was there was some animosity there. It was like you were there on Halloween. I was not there to see Lulu, my niece, on Halloween.
I was there to
Mm-hmm.
give candy. Okay.
Candy. I'm like, well, that's interesting too. I'm like, that was. So I'm like, okay, okay. So yeah, it was a good cliffhanger. I'm just like, I have more questions. I'm like, I don't like, well, in a good way. I have questions in a good way. So I don't
Well,
know.
and I feel like once you find out the reason that Cyrus did it, I feel like that tells you how long you could expect to see him on the show.
I agree. I agree. I agree. So I don't know. It's really interesting. It's like that was so that was a cliffhanger for today, folks. You guys didn't see that. That was really a cliffhanger today. Um, trying to think. Have we missed anything?
Uh, no.
I mean, it was really those were all the big stories. Um, are we liking a TJ Lucas friendship?
I mean, sure. I mean, it's fine. It seems like.
Keep putting them together. So I'm like, they keep saying they keep putting them together. I know they work together, doctors, but they still they keep putting them together.
Yeah, and hey, let's go to the gym. Let's punch some stuff. Uh,
Yes, yes.
yeah, I mean, I feel like why not? I mean, you need to have some. I feel like it's good for Lucas. Like TJ's already got like, the family side of it. Uh, but Lucas could use some more people outside of the Spencer orbit just to feel like more like inroads into the show.
Because my thing is, who does TJ get, folks? Who's he get? Who's left? Who's out there?
Sasha.
TJ and Sasha. That'd be funny. And I'm telling you, there's somebody else out there for him. I mean, I'm like thinking because with Molly, she got choices. I'm
Yeah.
thinking there's not choices for him. Not really.
Not at the moment there isn't.
Oh,
Uh,
interesting.
well, who knows? Maybe him and Christina, they get together over their shared
That
grief.
would be hilarious if they did a hate thing. And she said they mentioned her LGBTQIA plus center and how she feels like she's not good representation of that because she does all kind of stuff.
Yeah.
So they're all Nika. They don't even show her enough. So it said Lulu and TJ.
Nah.
I
No, that's Cody. Cody's got that one.
think it's going to.
Speaking of
But
TJ, though, we did have scenes with him, Curtis, and Jordan, which
Yes.
whatever, wherever on that. But the important I thought was like the Curtis and Jordan scenes before that, where they were talking about like, hey, Michael gave me the deets, and Drew is trying to
Woo!
screw me over.
I know. I was like, dang. She's like in shock too. She's like, well, that's your friend. You're like your best friend. Blah, blah. He's like, oh, no, he definitely was trying to screw me over. Like, he was like, I heard it.
Yeah. But I like Jordan's solution is like, hey, both these are rich people games. So like if you're gonna get involved with this, you gotta get what you need out of it. Don't be
Yes,
trying to be like some kind of assistant to either one of them.
I
So I
agree.
did like that.
I did too. She was smart about that. But it's like, he was like, no, it's like, no, girl. Homeboy was against me. It was
Yeah, that is a bummer. But I do like the idea if Curtis is just kind of doing his own thing and running, a con both on Drew and Michael to get what he really wants, like which I guess is Aurora, and then he ices both of them out. So,
wow. It's yeah. There's it's just it's good. It's okay. And I will give TJ credit. We get to see him emote this last week. His side of things. He's upset. We get to see him cry. Get to see him have his side. Because for a while, people were saying they felt like we didn't get enough of TJ having emotions. But now we're seeing it. Curtis, we get to see some of this works we done with that character too. We are getting this reality check for him. Like Stevie Fire said, it's a reality check. So now I got to see, will they write Curtis as a person who'll go for what he wants? That's me
yeah.
the test. Will they do it? Don't know. We have no idea. The preview looked like Michael's going to drop drop the sex tape. Yeah, it sounds like something. It sounds like Carly's going to find out. I thought that one of those cussing scenes was in the background was Carly's voice. So there's something going on this week. I think with the Willow stuff.
I feel like Curtis, who first showed up on the show, smoking a stogie, hanging out in an alley, he would have no problem kind of running this plan. But I feel like Curtis is, he's found love, he's found a daughter, he's found a family, he's got his dad back. He's kind of, the edges have been kind of sanded down a little bit on Curtis.
Yeah, he's been declawed.
Yeah. So it would be great if this was like, yeah, let's get Curtis, not getting dirty, but it's like fighting for what's his.
Well, on another show, folks, Bold and the Beautiful, the black character over there, Carter, made a very bold move and took over Forrester Creations. That was the big thing. I would like to see Curtis, like Frank just said, you didn't make him super dirty, but just like make him make a move with Michael and be like, I own Aurora now. I'd love so just something like that.
Yeah.
That's what I think I'm with you, Frank. I'm like, they did it on another show. They did it. So I'm hoping, it'd be fun if they did it on this show too. It's like, okay, Curtis, Michael, yes, I'll work with you because I want what's mine. And then like literally goes for it and Drew doesn't see it coming.
And you see, and that's what I love about soaps because it is that ultimate wish fulfillment. Because you can be, a cop who left with a drug addiction, left the
Right.
force, to then be a private eye, to then run a club, to then get involved with like, kind of tangentially with gangsters, trying to run stuff through your club, to helping
Yes.
out possibly being a WSB agent, to now being part of a wellness group at Aurora, to now running a whole company.
Yes.
Amazing. Amazing.
And it's fine. It's soapy. It's soapy.
Yes.
I don't know how many folks you're like, they couldn't run a company. Like these people don't have no skills to run a company. But it's fun. I completely like, yes, Annie, me too. I'd be here for a darker side of Curtis. I would too. Just I'm like, why not? It's soapy goodness. There are certain things that I will do for dramatic license. I go, okay,
Yes.
I would do for dramatic license. And yes, it makes no sense some of this stuff, but that's fine. We're gonna do boardroom drama. Let's make it exciting. Show do something exciting. I don't care how far fetched it may seem. Let's just fucking do it. That's what I want.
Yeah. It's like I want to get Curtis off the pedestal that the show's kind of put him
Yes,
on.
exactly. I'll be fine with that. Because we said in the past he had kind of a shady side a little bit. So let him go back to that again. I have no problem with that. Carter is crazy. Yeah, I know. The show's really good, folks. This Sunday, we'll be talking about it.
That's why I just need him like just open up that little drawer in his desk and just pull out a cigar. And just open it up and start smoking. And I'm like, all right, he's back.
Back. He's back. That would be kind of funny if he did that. If you watch our earlier shows at Press TV, we talked about him when he used to have the cigar and stuff. He was on our show back in the day. So yeah, so it's the show has lots of potential. So I'm very curious what they're going to do. And this week looks like it's going to be another packed week full of stuff. So
Which
today was good.
how often have we wanted that?
I know. I know. So
And then
we
just
got
maybe
4 days.
give me a week pack of stuff. Some of it's gonna be great. Some of it we're being like, huh? I would rather have that than the weeks and the months that we went through and all the fans went through where it's like, what is happening? Why are we still
I
going
know.
around the same story again and again?
I agree. No, I'm here for it too. I want more stuff. So this week looks to be good. I think we've caught everything. Yeah, that's everything. So we'll be here this Sunday. This Sunday, 1 o'clock, our usual time, PM, will be our last show of the year. We'll be talking about what happened this week, maybe some predictions, maybe. Frank, your emails. Where we go?
We got
Emails.
There we go.
But yes, we're going to talk about the last, and then the next couple of weeks are Christmas and New Year's, folks. 322. You're gonna fight that one. 322 193. 322. For you guys listening, it's 3022 193. I put it in the chat. That's the emails, kids. It's crazy.
Thank you guys. I couldn't have done it without you, James. Your emails are part of this count.
It is. I'm part of his emails. I'm part of his emails. I have to say, I had to tell him tonight. Just make sure to get one of the emails that's for tomorrow. There's something we're doing.
That's right.
I love it. You guys, thank you so much for 60. It was like 67 people watching us tonight. Thank you. We totally appreciate it. Hit the like button. If you so choose. Super chats are great, or super thanks. You're watching it later. Help donate to JLJ Media. We can always use your money. Also, this Daisy Flower, are you going to sign up for this Saturday's last Zoom of the year? Sign up for that. I know Daisy Flower. Daisy Flower usually comes to them, and so does Jason Jose and Devin Knight. I see you guys in the chat too. Sign up for come join us this Sunday. We're going to talk about everything last year. Or you can also, again, just donate to JLJ Media. We had a person donate 5 free Zoom entries, $50. $10, and I actually passed them already. I gave them to 5 different people. So it was so nice of her. So Lori Coyle, I'm gonna shout out to you for being so sweet. That's very nice of you. So if you can't make it, anything, yes. But please join us either Saturday or Sunday when we do our show. And I think that's it. Frank, I think they can find you, of course, on Blue Sky,
That's
X.
right. Anywhere you can put in a social media handle, you can find me at Happy Go Jackie.
Yes. And congratulations for the Astro Awards to
right.
to Astro for science fiction and stuff, to X-Men 97 getting best animated series.
Look at that. We've got that. We've got a Harvey Award, and we're nominated for a Critics' Choice. The hits, boy, the awards just keep coming in.
It did good. Hey, it did good. It did good. Yeah, well, it had good ratings. That's the best part. That it did good. You have another season or 2 coming. So that's the thing Frank's working on. And I'm still going to Indiana back and forth. I'll be in New York. So New Yorkers, I'm coming. I'll let you guys know when I'm there. I'm going to New York.
Yes.
So dude, I'm going there for work, but I will have some time after that. I'm gonna see some shows, may have some meetups with some Lotties out there. So I will let you guys know when I'm in the magical city of New York City.
Look at that. I know John Dunphy's gonna be excited.
I know. I tell you, that's so funny. You can see him. So I'll be there, folks, for sure. You can follow me at James Jr., of course, on all social media platforms. We're all James Jr.'s are sold. James Jr. everywhere. It's not even shitting you everywhere. James Spotlight is on Facebook. I think we have like 6,000 people following us. So hi, you guys. And we will talk to you next time on Sunday. Bye.